Hello students. In our previous session, we had discussed about the photosynthesis process, the structure of stomata, raw materials required for the photosynthesis, and the factors that are affecting photosynthesis process. Today we are going to discuss mainly three topics: internal structure of the leaf, site of photosynthesis, that is the chloroplast, and the significances of the photosynthesis process. So first we will talk about the internal structure of leaf. Leaf is the main place where photosynthesis takes place. Internal structure of leaf is specialized to carry photosynthesis process. A leaf mainly contains following layers. First is cuticle, then upper epidermis, then two mesophyll layers, one is palisade mesophyll, second one spongy mesophyll, and lastly lower epidermis, in which stomata or stomatal pores are present. So here is the label diagram of the internal structure of the leaf. So first layer is the waxy cuticle. You can see here the cuticle layer, the uppermost layer that covers the surface of leaf. Cuticle is the outer thick waxy covering of the leaves. It mainly protects the leaf and limits the water loss through evaporation. Thus, it prevents the drying of plants. Then, upper epidermis, this layer is made up of single layer of cells which are irregular with thick cell walls. You can see here upper epidermis mainly consists of a single layer of cells which are having thick cell walls. Down the epidermis you can see the mesophyll layer, this full. Mesophyll layers are present down the upper epidermis and it is made up of mesophyll cells. Mesophyll cells are specialized for photosynthesis as they contain chloroplast. You can see this all green colored parts are known as chloroplast. So here you can see mesophyll cells are present in two layers. One is palisade layer, one is spongy layer. So first is palisade layer. This is the palisade layer which is present just beneath the upper epidermis. These are mainly column-shaped cells, very closely packed. These palisade mesophyll cells contain lots of chloroplast. So for that, most photosynthesis takes place in this layer, that is palisade mesophyll layer. Second mesophyll layer is spongy mesophyll layer. You can see in this layer that these spongy mesophyll cells are mainly very loosely packed and irregular shaped. These cells are surrounded by air spaces. You can see here in between the loosely packed cells, there are air spaces. What is the function of these air spaces? These spaces actually allow gaseous exchange in the leaf. The spongy mesophyll cells contain fewer chloroplasts. Next is lower epidermis. You can see here. This is also a layer made up of single layered cells which contain mainly stoma. In the mesophyll layer, you can see vascular bundles are present. What is the vascular bundles? This is discussed in the tissue chapter. The vascular bundles mainly present in the leaf vein and made up of both xylem and phloem. So what is the function of xylem? Xylem cells bring water and minerals to the leaf cells, and phloem transports the photosynthetically produced food away from the leaf cells to the rest of the plant parts. These vascular bundles also provide support to the leaf. Next structure that is present in the leaf cell, that is the stomata and the guard cell. Stomata are the tiny pores found at the lower epidermis. You can see here. This is the stomata structure, which contains one stomatal pore or the gap, which is bounded or guarded by two guard cells. Detailed stomata structure already discussed in the previous session. So what is the function of the guard cells mainly? It controls the opening and closing of the stomata. Stomata are opened at the daytime and closed at night. Stomata helps in the gaseous exchange and transpiration. During photosynthesis, carbon dioxide enters to the leaves through stomata. So if we will revise the structure of the leaf again, it consists of waxy cuticle at the surface of the leaf. Then upper epidermis, it is a single layer of cells and having thick cell walls. Down the upper epidermis, there is present mesophyll layers. It is divided into two layers. One is palisade, one is spongy. Palisade layer is made up of closely packed column-shaped cells containing chloroplast. Main photosynthesis process occurs here. Then spongy mesophyll layer, which is composed of loosely packed irregular shaped cells containing air spaces in between them, which help in the gaseous exchange in the leaf. It contains fewer chloroplasts. And down, lower epidermis is present, which contains the microscopic openings that are known as stomata. Stomata contains guard cell and stomatal pore. And in the mesophyll layer, vascular bundles are present, which contain xylem and phloem. Xylem mainly transports water and minerals. Phloem mainly transport the photosynthetically manufactured food. Next, we will talk about the site of photosynthesis, that is the chloroplast. Photosynthesis occurs in the organelle known as chloroplast. They are mainly present in the mesophyll cells located in between the upper epidermis and the lower epidermis. In the previous diagram already it is discussed. That is the palisade cells and spongy cells of the leaves. These are also present in guard cells of stomata and young stems. Chloroplast is mainly the green colored plastid as it contains green pigment chlorophyll. Chloroplast is known as kitchen of the cell as it can produce food by using solar energy from sunlight, carbon dioxide and water. So it is the label structure of the chloroplast molecule. So if you will look at the diagram, you can see that the chloroplast is bounded by two membranes. One is inner membrane and another one is outer membrane. This one is inner membrane and this one is outer membrane. In between the inner and outer membrane, there is intermembrane space. It mainly contains two regions. One is grana, another one is stroma. So what is grana? Grana actually are the stacks of membrane bound flattened sacs or disc known as thylakoid. So grana contains the stack of thylakoids. In the wall of thylakoids, actually the chlorophyll pigments are present. You can see here that grana are connected to one another by the structure known as lamella. So lamella connects one grana with the another. Next is the stroma. Stroma is the aqueous fluid or the ground substance present inside the chloroplast membrane, which contains grana. It also contains photosynthetic enzymes and starch grains. Next is the importance or significances of photosynthesis. First significance of photosynthesis is it is the main source of food and energy for all living organisms, either directly or indirectly. Glucose is formed during photosynthesis. Excess glucose produced in photosynthesis is stored in the form of starch mainly, and sometimes also it is converted to fats and proteins which other organisms can obtain for their own use. During photosynthesis, plants absorb carbon dioxide and release oxygen. By that, it helps to purify the air and helps to maintain the balance of oxygen and carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. It is told that about 2 billion years ago, there was no life on the earth as there was no free oxygen. Photosynthesis process was responsible for converting the anaerobic condition of the earth into the aerobic condition of the earth that is sustaining now. And lastly, origin of fossil fuels. It was formed by the deep burial of plants and animals millions of years ago. Actually, the energy stored in all these fossil fuels is the solar energy trapped and stored during the photosynthesis billions of years ago. So by that, we are completing the chapter photosynthesis. In our next session, we will discuss some exercise questions related to this chapter. Till then, bye and have a nice day.